What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Game Boy 05, and today we're going to be going over the patch notes for version 4.1.0 in Splatoon 3. Yeah, this patch was released like 2 days ago. Yeah, today's July 28th, and it was released July 26th. Alright, we're going to go over the multiplayer weapons, special points, lobby, freaking bug fixes, and multiplayer stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to it. So okay, main weapons. Okay, both arrow sprays reduced the amount of ink consumed by 9%. So all splatter shots reduced the scatter of shots while on land by approximately 17%. This also includes mid-air shot scatter reduction from the intensify action ability. So in the mid-air, ink will now be closer to the effect while shooting on land. Okay, both end zaps. This is the same as the splatter shots. Reduced scatter of shots while on land by 17%, and also includes mid-air shot scatter from the intensify action ability. And both splatter shot pros increase radius of ink splatter on impact by 8%. And both Luna blasters reduced scatter of shots midair by like 25%, but also made midair or shot scatter from the intensify action ability easier to activate, even with the small number of abilities. Midair scatter will now be closer to the effect while shooting on land, but effect gained from equipping the max and number of intensify action abilities will not change. Alright, Dynamo Roller reduced time it takes for ink to begin recovering after horizontal or vertical swing by about 1/6 of a second. And Paintbrush reduced ink consumed while swinging by approximately 25%. And reduced the amount of ink consumed while holding ZR to paint while moving by 25%. And GoTuber adjusted display indicating the charge amount to make it easier to tell when it will go over 100 damage. And Blobber increased radius of ink splatter on impact from ink spray by approximately from ink spray by 10%. And Tri-Stringer increased damage dealt to opponents by explosions of shots lodged into the terrain from 28 to 30. And increased movement speed while charging and while fully charged by approximately 13%. And sub-weapons. So apparently Sprinkler and Ankle Shooter were like the only sub-weapons that got a change in this patch. So Sprinkler extended the duration of the state where the ink is strongest immediately after placement by 3 seconds. And Angle Shooter increased damage dealt to opponents by direct hits from 35 to 40. Alright, special weapons. So Trizuka increased damage dealt by explosions from 40 to 60. And Inkvac increased radius of ink shot explosion by 50% when the amount of the opponent's ink that was sucked up is at the minimum. And increased radius of ink shot explosion by 25% when the amount of ink that was sucked up is at the maximum. And Super Chump increased amount of damage that players caught an explosion near decoy from 60 to 70, increased the radius by approximately 38%. And increased radius, the decoy explosion area that deals 35 damage by 20%. Inkjet, decreased radius of explosion area that dealt 50 damage by approximately 15%. No changes to the radius of the area that deals 30 damage. Alright, some special weapon points have been changed. So Clash Blaster Neo and Carbon Roller both went from 180 to 170. And Rapid Pro Deco, Tri-Slosher Nouveau, and Mini Spelling all went from 180 to 190. And the ballpoint went from 200 to 210. Alright, changes to lobby. Made it possible to join a room even when a private battle is in progress, if there's a spot available. In this case, a new player will be able to participate starting with the next battle. Alright, now to go over all these bug fixes. So yeah, player controls. Fixed issue where a player could jump higher than normal by performing certain inputs to do a squid roll while standing on a wall holding the B button. And another issue where the backside of a terrain occasionally display where the player jumped in front of certain terrain, making it hard to see the screen. And another issue where players could appear in an unintended state to other players and not correctly take damage when using an unstable wireless connection. And another issue in Rainmaker mode where players with the Rainmaker could appear to not have the Rainmaker in their possession to other players when using an unstable wireless connection. Another issue where certain sloshes were occasionally not inking walls correctly. Fixed issue where a player behind an umbrella would sometimes take damage and explode when the tip of the umbrella touched a fully charged Rainmaker shot after impact or stationary bomb. Alright, multiplayer. Fixed issue where communication errors occurred easily when hitting a big bubbler or the Rainmaker shield repeatedly with Killer Whale 5.1 when using an unstable wireless connection. And another issue in Rainmaker where sponges and ink rails did not respond when hit directly by a fully charged Rainmaker shot. Another issue in Clam where overtime occasionally did not occur even though the leading team's power clam remained on the stage. Another issue was fixed in Clam where clams or power clams occasionally increase when multiple players with unstable wireless connections attempted to acquire them. An issue in Eel Tail Alley where it was possible to ink under certain obstacles and have it count as turf inked. And an issue in Mahi Mahi, the same thing as Eel Tail, where it was possible to ink under certain obstacles and have it count as turf inked. And it fixed an issue in Ink Blot and Rainmaker where there were points when the goal distance did not change as intended. And another issue in Sturgeon Shipyard and Tower where players could be pushed by the tower and become stuck inside terrain. Fixed issue in Manta Maria and Tower that caused players to occasionally clip into terrain when doing a super jump to the top of the tower in certain positions. And Barnacle and Dime, same issue as Eel Tail and Mahi Mahi. And another issue in Barnacle and Diamond Tower where players could be pushed by the tower and become stuck inside terrain. Same issue as Sturgeon Shipyard. And fix an issue in Humpback Pump Track where, same issue as Barnacle, Ink Blot. Not Ink Blot. Mahi and Eel Tail. And another issue in Humpback Pump Track where wave breakers disappeared when set in certain areas. And salmon run issues. Fixed issue where it was difficult to deal damage to drizzlers with the horizontal slash of the Grisco Splatana. Fixed an issue where inking a majority of flipper floppers rings interior occasionally didn't register. Another issue that occasionally caused a flipper flopper to land on top of the egg basket. Another issue was fixed that occasionally caused salmons that appeared in the wave after a special rush wave to have the same health as rush wave salmons. Fixed issue in jam and salmon junction that caused grates to obstruct the player's vision by making it possible to see through them when they appear in front of the player. Another issue in jam and salmon junction where salmons occasionally became stuck on big shot cans and fish sticks. This was done by adjusting the position of the big shot cans and fish sticks on the map. And another issue in jam and salmon junction where the golden egg that appears after defeating a snatcher in certain positions occasionally clipped into the terrain or fish stick. And Splatfest. Fixed issue in tricolor turf where players occasionally appeared to hold ultra signal in a position away from where it was placed when using an unstable wireless connection. Fixed issue with the lobby jukebox would occasionally play the wrong song immediately before matchmaking ends. And another issue that halted matchmaking if a player in the lobby had the save to amiibo confirmation screen and open the equip menu. And fixed issue that caused notifications to be resent after a player in the lobby did recon in a private battle. And fixed the issue in where a player's alias setting was occasionally ignored and a regular player name was displayed when they were in a private battle performing certain actions with the lobby menu or the equip screen. And lastly, fix the issue in the Sheldon Sampler Challenge where the amount of turf inked and number of wins were added to the weapon equipped in the lobby before the start of the match. And yeah, those are all the patch notes for version 4.1.0. If y'all enjoyed this video, drop a like, and if y'all are new to my channel, please subscribe. And yeah, later.